Hey, have you ever thought about starting your podcast, your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find background music? How do I get my own show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen to? Where do I find advertisement? Well, the simple answer was Anchor. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use.
Yo, what it do? First time listeners, last time listeners. This is the Black Rob podcast. And episode 1, right? And on June 8th. Just wanna talk about a few things. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it yesterday, first of all. Boxing. And that ain't the most goofiest shit I ever witnessed in my life. I mean, from Showtime not having, I guess, the bandwidth or whatever technical difficulties to let everybody who purchased the fight watch the fight. Man, I was at my man's house and we barely could watch the fight. I mean, we had to go to another website who was broadcasting from Showtime. And then when the main event finally came on, the shit was freezing, buffering, stuttering, whatever you could name that would happen with trying to run it through the laptop to the TV. You know what I'm saying? But let's get on this. But before we get to that, one particular fight was with two guys by the name of Kalina and Badu Jack. And now the Badu Jack dude, he was like lost 3 fights. You know what I'm saying? Had like 24-3 or some shit like that. But the dude Kalina, they said the dude was undefeated. The dude, like, no disrespect, respectfully, the dude like he just got finished doing long. You know what I'm saying? That's what the dude looked like. So, watching the fight, checking the fight out, like the dude barely threw punches. It was more like he fight for a green card. No pun intended. Respectfully, but I'm just being honest. Like the dude's like, yo, you want to fight? He's like, okay. They put him in a ring, but the dude record was like he was undefeated. So like, and then it was like they tried to say he was 33. Dude looked straight like a grandpa. And then when he finally got hit, or allegedly in the ring, he took a dive. Like, oh man, like forget this, I'm done. The round was like 3 minutes, 8 or 10 rounds. Like, come on, brother. This trainer had to keep telling him, like, he keep holding, he gonna get disqualified. Like, honestly, if I'm the ref, I'm like, man, come on. And then the dude, Jack, they really looked professional. Like, he was about that business. But he let the dude survive. So we like, fellas, we like, come on, man. If you Jack, you gotta destroy this kid. Like, this man, like, dude, like, get out of here. The dude did not want to punch. He ain't want to punch back. So then we get to, like, the Floyd event with Logan or Jake, one of the Paul brothers. And it's like the dude Paul, he was just moving just awkwardly through the match, and he was extending a lot of energy, if you ask me. I mean, he had the height advantage over Floyd, but it seemed like Floyd really was just toying with him. I wish he wouldn't have toyed with him. I wish Floyd would have just knocked him out. Boom, bam, blah. But he didn't. So, you know what I'm saying? It get to like the 6th round and stuff like that. 7th round, Floyd hit him with a little tastemakers and shit. And next thing you know, Showtime somehow just magically that's our way of viewing channel. You know what I'm saying? I didn't pay for the fight. I would have been mad pissed if I would have paid for the fight. Cause that shit was straight goofy. Like, the goofiest of the goofiest. Like, that shit was some bozo shit. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? Showtime robbed us. Floyd robbed us. It's an art of robbing people without a gun. That has to be the most best art of robbing people without a freaking gun. Just some lube and some Vaseline. Like, you gotta be kidding me. So, if you want the fight, hope you get your money back. If you didn't, you're great and lucky that you didn't pay for that catastrophe. Oh, and my main man, Chad Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson, he did pretty decent until he got knocked out. But, you know, these athletes, man, they got to stop going against real boxers, because they or somewhat of a boxer. They thinking they gonna get in the ring and do something. Cause boy, buddy, I'm pretty sure he's hitting the circles on Instagram, Twitter, and all that with the knockout. He had the chicken leg. What else? So enough of that. Let's give it up for the Clippers. They finally play like they supposed to play. Kawhi, the Claw, aka the Claw, he came out, did his thug thizzle. You know what I'm saying? He took care of business. A couple guys came along with him. Morris twin came out with him. Reggie Jackson lit it up again. And Pandemic PG, he came out the ball finally. Well, let me not say finally. He played more consistent the last few games. Even though I think, what game was that? 6, maybe 5 or 4, where man, the young dude, man, he gave up a fucking layup to kick it out to somebody. I forgot who he kicked it out, and they lost the game by 3 or 2. But yeah, they made up with that. They took care of business. Luka did. The boy Luka is bad. Luka did what he always gonna do. He scored about 30 to 40 points, 44 points or something like that. 6 boards, 8 rebounds. That guy is pretty much a walking bucket. But except when you hit him at the free throw line, the guy is deplorable at the free throw line. And for a guy who takes that many attempts at the free throw line, he has to be better. There's no way your best player could be that terrible at the free throw line, especially when it's clutch time. Like, you need your best player with the ball in his hand, hitting his free throws, because otherwise you lose. And KP, the unicorn, more like a pony, he had like around 14, 16 points, but if your man's putting up 44, that 16 ain't enough. 16 is not enough to be the co-star with Luka. I mean, it's just not. I mean, I don't know if they're going to eventually trade him, but if I was them, I'm probably moving KP and aligning Luka with a legit number 2. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Tim Hardaway, he did what he did. Solid role player. You know what I'm saying? Third option at best, maybe. But yeah, KP, you just you're gonna need more for him if you plan on winning with Luka. And then you had the early game, Philadelphia 76ers against the Atlanta Hawks. And boy, all I gotta do is say is Ice Trey Young. That kid is a monster out there on the court. I mean, the GM has done a fantastic job surrounding him with shooters. Herder, Collins can shoot the 3 ball. Bogdanovich. He came up big. Like, Gallinari. Like, they got shooters around them. And when Trae Young can break down the defense and get in the paint and kick it, man, they are dangerous. Philadelphia, they tried to make it come back at the end, but it was just like, man, the shooting was just too much game one. But I think in the beginning I picked Philadelphia to win the series, but I'm not having second thoughts about it right now. But if Philly don't have a way to contain Trae Young off the dribbles, it's gonna be a long day for the boys. A very long day, and it might be quick work. It might be to go 5 games if they playing around. Honestly, the Nets and Bucks, they play the game Saturday, and it's like, I don't think the Bucks will miss that many 3-point shots back-to-back games. Even though it was kind of close, but it got kind of out of hand in the end. Because the boy, I don't know who got better dribbles than Kyrie. Because Kai, he be balling, man. You get that guy as a baller. But the only setback I think that could possibly hinge them, even though it looked like they didn't need Harden, is the fact that Harden left out with a hamstring. And previously in the season, it left him out for a month or so until he came back like a few games during the regular season. But they're gonna have to monitor that. I'm not sure if he's gonna play game 2 with a re-aggravated hamstring. So gotta look out for that. Different made work of Portland. I don't know what they're gonna do. They fired Terry Stotts already. One day after the loss, maybe 2 days after the loss or whatever. But that team really gonna need a makeover. And then, what do you do with CJ? Like, do you keep CJ, or do you try to get pieces for CJ? But if you trade CJ, you got to give Dame another number 2. You cannot just trade his second best player on the team to get scraps. But just, I don't know, I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but I think if Dame wants to leave, one team that I know have a lot of draft capital would be Golden State. But I don't know how, you know what I'm saying, how big he could go there and run the point or whatever. You have Dre, Clay, Steph, and Dame. But who knows? Dame Lillard's been a pretty loyal guy to Portland. And I don't see him, like, right now, at the time being. Even though he looked salty, he looked disturbed. I don't see him wanting out of Portland just yet. So we'll see what they try to do in the off season. So you know what I'm saying? That's about it for you for sports. But another thing I want to talk about is like mental health during this whole pandemic type thing. It's like, I know a lot of people's cooped up in the house, but it's like we as humans are just showing the worst of us. Like some shit just boggles my mind that's happening. Like, it's like somebody hit the switch, like violent switch on us. Like they just threw out a signal, and every time you look up, it's more violence, more kids, more women dying, more everything. It'd be like some of this stuff is so avoidable and unnecessary to the point you be like, man, I'm chilling in the house. Like, there's no need to go out here. Like, it really is not. Like, because who knows if you just like look at somebody wrong, make a mistake and bump them, like it may set them off, and then boom, bam, boom, you in a situation where you gotta choose violence, life or death situations, and who wants to do that? Like this stuff is like getting way out of control, you know. Like I don't know what to say. Like during the pandemic, I mean, I was really cool because, to be honest, I don't really fuck with these humans anyway. To a certain extent, I prefer to be by myself, watch a show, be with my lady sometimes for the most part, and zone out watching shows or just relaxing. Like this life could be really stressful, and you just be think like, why am I here? Like really, why are humans here? Are we here just to pay bills, drive these vehicles, pay rent, pay all of this, work, till we're freaking exhausted, go home, bicker with your significant other, and do this daily? Like, the Most High had to envision something better for us. I can't see that this being life for us. Like, I really can't. Like, some shit that we do as humans, it just boggles my mind. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we living like this? Like, isn't it a better way to live? Like, the old ways of the ancestors, did they live better? Like, did they have less stress on them? And I'm not talking about, like, doing, like, slavery or whatnot. I'm just talking about period, like, before slavery. And you can even say a little bit after slavery, depending on, you know what I'm saying? Like, was this the life? Like, was this the end all be all? Yeah, man, pay bills. You gotta think about it. Like, and mind you, back then, stuff was cheaper. Gas was 25 cents. Like, you could go on dates for 25 cents, $1, $5, and bam, that's it, finito. You good. Share a Coke if you wanted to. Nowadays, it got so many stress factors. Like, you go on Instagram, Twitter, this, that. Like, the woman, you gotta give her this, you gotta give her that. The man, you gotta give him this, you gotta give him that. It's like, man, like, what are we doing? Like, is there something better out there? Like, why can't I just go get a plot of land and just relax, farm, do something, take a swim in the ocean, by the beach or something? Like, what am I doing? Like, why must me and my lady have a competition all the time? Like, you know what I'm saying? For most people, sometimes for me, but that's neither here nor there. But I love my wife. But it just like seemed like, what are we doing? Like why can I go fish for month or hunt? I wish I knew how to hunt. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, like, can I go do this and that instead of having involved with these machines, technology? Technology, yes, it made our lives easier, but it also made us more lazy, lagging individuals on this planet. And it's like, the planet really doesn't need us. If all the humans was to die, the planet would probably like, oh, cool, we got them out the way, because they really wasn't doing nothing significantly better for us. Pollution, garbage. Like, we've been wearing these masks so much that before it was like, you may see a pop bottle, a can. Now you see a mask. Now imagine masks being everywhere. Just think about water. Like, people just throwing their masks after they done. Like, yeah, man, I'm done. I don't need this mask anymore. Bam, throw it away. Bam, throw it away. It's like, we don't even take care of the planet. Like, honestly, I can tell you, I probably got like 6 masks in the car or whatnot around here that, you know what I'm saying, I probably use once or twice. But why? You know what I'm saying? If the COVID-19, and I'm not saying it's not deadly, I'm not saying it is deadly, but something is funny with the money. I mean, what kind of biochemical weapon is it? I've been reluctant, and so far, even not to have any symptoms or whatnot, or even had a virus, but it just seemed like there's something funny in the game about the whole thing. And then you have, like, the government recently just, like, came out and was like, yeah, aliens are here. So motherfuckers who previously was like, yo, the government is hiding the fact that it's another life forms in our galaxy that have visited our planet are here, and we gonna let y'all. I'm worried about that. I'm weary about that. Like, why now? Why come out and say anything? Like, I mean, why give those people who quote unquote many others have called them conspiracy theorists, why give them that validity to be like, yeah, it's aliens out here, it's documents being released now. It's aliens. Yep, they was right all the time. What we doing in Roswell? Yeah, it's aliens. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Something ain't right. Something isn't right about that. But we shall see. We shall eventually find out. You know what I'm saying? But if they are, I know they looking at us like, these motherfuckers are stupid. It gotta be another galaxy here that's pretty smarter than these fucking humans. Like, matter of fact, we may need to restart this fucking whole planet. Like, something. Need to do something, because this shit is what they doing is not right. It's not working. All they do is bicker, argue, fight. Like, these humans kill each other instead of coexisting. And some of the shit, man, I don't think for the most part some of these people don't want us to coexist for nothing, for not one bit. Coexist for one bit. Like, then they just they get off with destruction, fear. Like, they get off with something like that. And I just don't know where we go from here. What do we do as humans to become better? Like, it gotta be something better than this. We have to. If not, we're gonna die off. And it may not be even, it may be only the buildings standing. The rate we're going at, killing each other. And that's what's sad about it. Like, the fact that we don't realize, and not for nothing, we as whatever you want to call us, black, just Americans, Moors, Israelites, the real natives, Turtle Island, Geechee. Like, I get it. A lot of people would like for us to be on one accord. And I think we could. Don't get me wrong, I think we really could. But I don't think it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think it's like necessarily that we need all of us to come together. We just need a certain amount of us to come together, so we could do what we do. And from my perspective, and what I've learned since I've been on this planet, and what I learned from back then, history, that the original man of this planet has never been like so quote harmonious with everything. You gotta think about it. Every human not gonna think the same. So of course, like, we haven't been all like some of the greatest warriors. Like, we didn't become some of the greatest warriors in time. Didn't become the greatest warriors in time because they wasn't fighting nobody but the pale man, the pilgrims. We was fighting amongst each other, but it was like a different battle, you know what I'm saying? Like, Shaka Zulu just didn't become Shaka Zulu, one of the greatest military strategists, because he was fighting pilgrims who came, you know what I'm saying, trying to catch his people and stuff like that. He was fighting other, you know what I'm saying, African tribes or whatever you want to call, you know what I'm saying, villages, you know what I'm saying? So he had to defend his village, and he was like one of the top dudes of defending his village. Hannibal Carthage, he didn't become that guy because he was kicking Rome ass, or, you know what I'm saying, taking over Italy, whatever not. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was one of the greatest empires. King Musa, I don't think King Musa empire lasted or that long, or he accumulated that much wealth by not being able to protect the wealth. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get, once we curve that thinking that, yo, all of us need to be on one accord for us to, you know what I'm saying? No, I think a good amount of us need to be on one accord, you know what I'm saying? So we could swivel and curve the systematic pullback that these pilgrims are doing to us. But it doesn't take all of us, you know what I'm saying, the entire, you know what I'm saying? But I do think if for the majority part of all of us worldwide, globally, got on one accord that had some type of functionality between, you know what I'm saying, we could reshape this world easily. But then again, with this new modern technology, different egos come into place. Like, people's emotions come into place with certain things. Everybody want to be the top dog. Some of the good leaders know when to listen and know when to, you know what I'm saying, put their foot forward. You know what I'm saying? But it's always going to be a never ending. I don't think in my lifetime, I'll just say this, that I'll see what the many ancestors want us to be like, and then just be like looking like when we did have certain type of towns, cities and stuff that was thriving, like Tulsa, Oklahoma, Detroit, Black Bottom. I forgot the name of the city or village that was like where Central Park was. And no, it was many others across America. Like, we had so much stuff, and the pilgrims, they still got mad. It's like they need it. Me and my homeboy a while back, we used to say that these motherfuckers are blood suckers. Like, they feed off our energy. And when we isolate them from our energy, they get mad. And they gotta shake it up, you know what I'm saying, to get our energy back. You know what I'm saying? And that's when chaos breaks out. That's when you have Rosewood, stuff like that, Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Philadelphia bombers. Like just imagine, like, can you imagine anybody else putting up with that in this country, where it's been multiple of our young kids, our fathers, our aunts, our mothers being dragged out their house, murdered, killed, lynched, raped, men and women, boys and girls, babies fed to alligators, towns burnt down, bombed, looted, destroyed. Like, me personally, I can't see any other ethnic group sitting there and be like, yo, let's sing, let's dance with them, let's, you know what I'm saying? To me, I'd be like, let's move away from these motherfuckers. Like, let's really construct our own way of life outside, but within the structure of these motherfuckers. But my homeboy would say that they wouldn't leave us alone. So I don't know, maybe one day. But that's all I got for you today. This is Black Rock Podcast, episode 1. Thanks for listening. See you later.